I get it. Fraud player, I get it. What's up, family? What is up to my family? What is up to the sacred sisters? What is up to the sacred brothers? What is up? I had to come and talk to you, family, about abundance blockages. I had to come and talk to you about abundance blockages and how to actually remove them. This is such a big one. This is such a huge topic across the board. And I'm recognizing, I'm realizing this continuous thread of of women and men being so caught up in their abundance and in their finances. And I get it. I get it. We're in a very peculiar time in the realm of money and abundance, right? And I just want to come on and talk to y'all about abundance, about how it actually works, about how to actually start manifesting your abundance, creating abundance, and how to actually get out of your own way. There are some things that I used to do in my past that were creating the abundance blockages. There were things that I used to do in my past that were creating abundance blockages. And at this point in my life, I'm so grateful, not because of money, right? Not because of money, not because y'all support me, you support Dream, you support our family business, not just because of that. I'm grateful for the mental space. I'm grateful for the mental space that has been blessed upon me in the realm of money and abundance. And it's taken work. I'm not going to sit up here and act like it has been an easy path, because it was not always an easy path, right? I grew up with the mother saying money don't grow on trees. I grew up being told I had to work hard for everything that I wanted. I grew up with a father essentially who would take us to, let's say, McDonald's or Burger King or Whataburger, who would take me and my brothers to these places, and he would cut the burgers in half and we would have to split it, right? He would get the biggest burger that McDonald's had to offer, that Burger King had to offer. He would get the biggest burger possible, and he would cut that burger in half, and me and my brother would have to split it. I grew up with a mother who sacrificed. I grew up with a mother who would go without. Never seen my mother get her hair done until her 40th birthday. I never seen my mother get her hair professionally done until her 40th birthday. She was 40 years old when I saw her put money towards getting her hair done, towards her looking the way that she wanted to look. I've had the conversations with my mother where she would come in the room and she would say, we not gonna have table and no cell phones or anything like that for the month or for a couple of months. I grew up with that. I grew up on the hand-me-down clothes, right? And I appreciated that, because it has helped me to become a person now who understands some of this energy surrounding abundance. All right. So one of the first things that I need y'all to understand, family, is that abundance is a mindset. And here's something, ooh, come on, Spirit. It's already hot fire up in this mug. Abundance is a mindset. And one of the blockages that a lot of people have to abundance is the fact that they think that it doesn't start in their minds. The fact that you really believe that abundance does not start in your mind is where the blockage exists. And the reason why it's so hard to understand that abundance is a mindset, the reason why it is so hard is because you are in the trenches right now. The reason why it is difficult for you to embrace and understand the fact that abundance starts in the mind, the reason why you are having a hard time with embracing that fact is because you're in the trenches right now. Because you're like, you know what? I don't got time to be focused on what's happening in my mind. I got to worry about the fact that I need to keep these lights on, that I need to have these kids fed. And you stay in a cycle of lack because you fail to address your mind. And you don't believe in the power of your mind, even though you are all into the spirituality, even though you are all into the 7 laws of Tahuti, the mind is all, the universe is mental, even though you are all into science, you neglect the mind. You neglect that your perception of abundance must change in order for you to attract it. So one of the first things, I got to share this. Let me share this video because it is becoming an incessant conversation that I'm observing from people. And I'm grateful to just be able to observe it and not succumb to it and not become emotionally enthralled in other people's experiences. This live will be saved. This live will be saved. It will be posted on Instagram. It will be on YouTube. It will be on the platforms that I'm on. Okay. So the first thing that we have to understand when it comes down to abundance is that abundance is a mindset. And a part of a major reason why finances can become stagnant in people's lives is because you refuse to give. You hold on to every coin for absolute dear life. And it's because you have in your mind that if you spend this money, if you invest this money, you may not get it back. You may not have enough to live. You may not have enough to eat. You may not have enough to survive. And for as long as you keep that mentality of, I may not, as long as you keep the mentality of just in case, you will always be in a situation of just in case, or may not, or I may not have enough, or I better save because something may happen. And I'm not telling you not to do those things. I am absolutely not telling you to avoid and to not save, even though if we look at people who really got wealth in abundance, honey, if I tell y'all some of these teachers who really got wealth in abundance, it ain't about saving. That is an illusion that society has cast upon us so that we don't make investments. It is your investments that grows your abundance, your investment into yourself, your investment into gaining information that you will apply. But see, a lot of y'all don't make investments because you are afraid that you will not apply the information that was given. You don't believe in your own innate power. You don't believe in your own innate ability to create and to manifest. And so you don't invest in your well-being. You don't invest in your mind. You don't invest in your spirit. You don't invest in you becoming who you were destined to become because you don't believe that you have what it takes to become it. And so you are stuck in a cycle of I can't join that class just in case I don't have enough to pay for my bills. I can't invest in that coaching just because I don't know if I'll have enough to take care of my kids. I can't. So you get stuck in this cycle of not changing, of not growing, and of not understanding your own psychology, your own spirit, your own mind, and your own emotions. So first, family, I need you to understand that abundance is a mindset. And one of the thoughts and the beliefs that you have to start embodying is that abundance is like air. You can't see it, but it is always there. Abundance is like air. You can't see it, but it is always there. There is always an infinite potential to create abundance, to make money, right? To tap into your wealth. Always. But you don't invest in yourself. What are some ways that we don't invest in ourselves? When we eat cheap food, when you tell yourself, yeah, I can't afford to buy good food because I got all of these bills. The message that you are sending yourself is that I am not worthy of the good. I am not worthy of abundance. I am not worthy of eating well. I am not worthy of being well, of living well. That is the message that you send yourself through your actions. And then therefore you repeat that cycle. I get it though. I get it. You're like, I'm in the trenches right now. What can I do right now to shift and change my situation? I got a lot of things I'm going to tell you, but here's what I want you to know is that you have to discipline yourself. You have to remain consistent, and you have to, you see, y'all ain't gonna, this is some real life shit that I need y'all to understand. This is some real life stuff that I need you to understand. You have to ignore the physical world and what is apparent. Oh, but no. I can't do that, D-Ray. I can't do that, D-Ray. This is what my bank account says. These letters are still coming in the mail. This is what the doctor said. This is what my children need. And so you invest so much mentally, emotionally, and spiritually into the physical 3D realm. You invest so much in the bills, collectors, and what your bank account say. You invest so much mental, emotional power into that you give away your own innate power that is inherent to you, because you are so invested in what all of these damn systems and shit say. Now, here's what, let me be real with you. I'm not telling you to ignore it. I'm not telling you to be ignorant. I am not telling you to not pay your bills. That's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that the way that you perceive it, the way that you look at it, that is what needs to shift. Right? That is what needs to shift. I want to tell you, what if you can start seeing bills as blessings instead of curse? What if you can start seeing your bills as blessings instead of curse? Guess what? If you can start seeing it that way, that is what they will become. But y'all ain't ready for that. And you want to know why? It's because it's easier to remain in a negative, low vibrational mental space than it is to rise up. It's easier to continue complaining than it is to have gratitude for them bills, than it is to have gratitude for the shit that you got to pay for, than it is to have gratitude for having to be a provider. And it's because we've literally become so accustomed to not having that it takes work to start thinking as if you have. It takes work to transform your mind and start to think from a space of having, because for so long you haven't had. And it's so thick right now. It's so thick right now. And I get it. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that society and prices and all of that stuff, I see it, right? Like when I grocery shop, I can see, okay, things that I used to buy that was probably $5 for this is now $7. I see that. I see it. But I choose not to emotionally engage with it. I choose not to be like, shit, The price is done gone up, man. They done went up $2 on this. I refuse to do that, because if I do that, it's going to affect my vibration. And if my vibration is affected, then my abundance is affected. If my vibration is affected, then my abundance is affected. Okay. All right. So you have to first understand and truly accept that everything starts in your mind. So here's a ritual that Dream and I do. This is a ritual that Dream and I live by. We live by this. And we've done it so much that we no longer have to do it. We've done it so much that we no longer have to consciously do this thing, because we just do it naturally. It happens. The return on the investment is already at play. The return on the investment is already at play. So let me tell you the investment. Let me tell you the investment. It's a mental and emotional investment. The mental and emotional investment is whenever you have to spend money, whenever you have to invest money for any reason, say thank you. For Dream and I, it started as simple as buying a cup of coffee. I was like, babe, when we go and we buy this coffee, we're just going to say thank you. And I learned this from one of the most wealthiest men in Japan. Like, he's the most wealthy man in Japan. And he gave me this technique. He said, whenever you spend money, whenever you have to buy something, whether it's a cup of coffee, whether it's you're paying your bills, no matter what it is, you say thank you. Specifically, arigato. Arigato means thank you in Japanese. You say thank you. No matter what it is, no matter what you have to spend your money on, you say thank you. Why is this so divine? Why is this so sacred? Because we know that the mind is all, the universe is mental. We also know the law of correspondence, as within, so without. We also know the law of vibration. We also know the law of polarity, meaning whatever you give, you shall receive. Whatever meaning you place on something, it shall come back to you. So whenever I say thank you for spending money, I'm sending a message that says, this is good. I like this. This is beneficial to my life. So what happens on a spiritual, energetic, and physical level? What ends up happening is I always have all the money that I need to pay for everything that I got to pay for. Why? Because I have gratitude to even pay for something. I have gratitude for it. And because I have gratitude for it, I always have the abundance to do it. I always have the money to do it. Okay? But in order for you to be able to do this, you're going to have to shift. You're going to have to transform your vibration whenever that bill comes and you got to pay it and you like, fuck, I don't want to pay this. Damn, am I even using my internet like that? I don't know. I might need to cancel my internet. Again, this is not me saying that you don't need to probably cancel out some of your frivolous spending. Okay? Because even Dream and I, in this space and time, we have made some adjustments. You know, we like Uber Eats and things like that because, you know, sometimes your girl don't want to cook. But I told Dream, one of the things, them Uber Eats and DoorDash and all of that stuff, that shit adds up. It adds up really quickly. So I told Dream, you know what? If we want to eat out, we can eat out. But instead of going through a delivery service who adds extra money on the price of the meal itself, and then you got delivery fees, and then you got other processing fees, all of that extra stuff. I said, if we want to eat out, we can eat out, but we're going to drive and go pick up the food. So I'm not telling you not to make adjustments in your spending habits, but what I'm telling you is that you have to create and have gratitude and appreciation for all of it. I'm grateful for when I give, because when I give, I receive. This is the law. Do y'all believe in the laws of the universe or not? Do you believe in the laws of Tahuti or not? Because if you believe in it, you're going to start operating in it. If you believe in the laws, utilize them. If you believe in the laws, utilize them. As within, so without. If I feel gratitude inside of me, there are more things for me to be grateful about outside of me. Okay? If I believe in polarity, meaning the poles will always shift, things will always go from good to bad, abundance to not having abundance. If I believe in that, then I'm going to stand firm and I'm going to have faith that things are going to shift in my favor. Things are going to shift in my favor. And when it comes down to the law of polarity, the way that I create balance is by staying focused on what is real and true in my heart, regardless of what my bank account looks like. That is how you beat out the law of polarity. That is how you overcome the law of polarity. What is true and real in your heart? Stay focused on that. Instead of focusing on, okay, you know, I got 5,000 in my account right now, and then you got to pay them bills. I'm like, damn, okay, I only got 2,000 now, or damn, you know, only got $100 in my account. Like, what am I going to do? Like, when you are all caught up in that, you are so heavily subjected to the flow of the poles. One day you're up, the next day you're down. You have to figure out how to stay in the middle ground. You have to figure out how to remain indifferent. You have to figure out how to not allow your external world to ruin your vibration, because your vibration is your manifestation. And abundance and wealth cannot flow. Abundance and wealth, right, is not going to like pull you up and flow downward to where you are. You got to go meet abundance where it's at. I feel like I'm preaching up in this thing today. Honey, let's get a singing bowl going. Yes. Get some of that goodness. I'm sending y'all some goodness. You know what? I'm going to send y'all some goodness. I'm going to send y'all some goodness. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Receive all of that abundance. I am sending it to you. I am giving it to you. Receive it. Hear the abundance. Feel the abundance. Smell the abundance. Integrate the abundance into your being holistically. Receive it, receive it, receive it. One more. Yes, 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 yes. Take all of that goodness in. I don't know about y'all, but I just received all of that goodness, all of that abundance, all of that love, all of that good fortune, all of the luck. Honey, I got luck on my side. I got luck on my side. Preparation meets the divine appointment. I'm there. It's all me. It is all mine. Thank you. All right. So first, what I was just telling you guys is that abundance is a mindset. And within this mindset, you have to start understanding the laws of Tahuti, the 7 laws of the universe, the law of mentalism, correspondence, as within, so without, right? Vibration. Wherever you are vibrating on, whatever internal state of being you are in, that is what you attract to you. Okay? That is what you attract to you. All right? Understanding rhythm. Everything has an ebb and flow. There are going to be times where that money is flowing, where you doing the money dance and that money is being rained upon you. And then there'll be times where, you know, it's just coming like that. You know, it ain't coming like that. It's just coming like that. But you stay in the space of gratitude in both spaces. You stay in a gratitude in both spaces. You stay in a state of appreciation in both spaces and in both places, right? Understand that. Something else you got to understand is the law of gender when it comes to abundance, the law of gender, masculine and feminine energy. Let's get into it. First of all, I'm just going to say thank you to Spirit, because I did not have everything laid out as far as like what I was going to express to y'all. I just knew intuitively and spiritually that I had to talk about this, right? For so many reasons. I I did the Womb Alchemy workshop. I offered the Womb Alchemy Bootcamp. Ladies, you can still join the Womb Alchemy Bootcamp if that is what your heart desires. All right. If that is what your heart desires, you still have the opportunity to join. We officially get started on August 7th. We are going to have a live session amongst all the ladies on July 31st. But our official start date is August 7th. So you got some time, ladies. You got some time to tune into your abundance in order for you to join the Womb Alchemy Bootcamp. But as I was talking to people and talking to certain ladies about joining and things like that, abundance, 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 finances, finances, finances. I mean, it just kept coming up left and right. And so Spirit had already put it on my heart to talk about this. And what Spirit wanted me to tell you, family, is that you have to tap into such a deep level of trust that everything is always working out for you. I want y'all to really, 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 really understand that. That's what I've shifted into. So for me, it don't matter what my bank account look like. I always know that I have everything that I need when I need it. I always have everything that I need when I need it, no matter what it looks like. This level of trust, family, y'all think is just talk. Some of y'all think it's like, yeah, all right. Okay. But it's real talk. And this type of internal state of being is what sets you up to experience abundance for real. You have to know and understand that you always have everything that you need when you need it. Okay? You always have everything that you need when you need it. And when you start truly living from that type of space, when you start walking from that type of space, best believe everything that you desire is going to be given unto you. You're going to be, I see you, Spirit. I see you, God, looking out. I see you. But you have to walk and live from that state of being. And you cannot let anything in your external world, not your bank account, not your job, not your boss, not no bills. You cannot let any of that stuff stop you from knowing and trusting that everything is always working out in your favor. You cannot waver on that. Okay? Things may get a little bit shaky. You may receive a bill in the mail that's like, all right, what? You may receive that. Things may happen. Unexpected expenses may come up. But you have to stay grounded in the knowing that everything that you need is always going to be provided unto you. Whenever you need it, you always have it. I give y'all an experience of this. This just happened to Dream and I. When did this happen? This happened a couple of months ago. And I'm going to tell y'all about some stuff that you got to overcome. So one thing when it comes down to abundance that we do, sometimes we put stuff off because we don't want to deal with it right now. Right? When it comes down to handling certain business, to us, it was our HOA fee, right? Our homeowners association fee. We kept putting it off, not because we didn't have the money to deal with it. We had the money to deal with it when it first came up, but we didn't feel like dealing with it, right? I didn't feel like going in, logging in, getting a money order, shipping it, whatever, doing all of that extra stuff just to pay a bill. I'm like, people, why can't I just go online, log into the account, and pay the HOA fee? Why are y'all making me have to go get a money order, sign it, put it in the mail, and ship it to y'all? Like, this is so extra. In modern day technology, why can't I just log in and pay the bill? Okay. But I kept putting it off. And that's my job. That's my duty. I can't even blame Dream because it is my duty to take care of those particular little things like that, right? That's that feminine energy. I'm like, all right, you know what? Whatever. So kept putting it off. Before you know it, the damn HOA bill went up to like $3,000. And it combined the present year HOA fee and like the past HOA fee. Before you know, I'm just keeping it real with y'all, telling y'all what happened. Now, ordinary people who do not understand how abundance works would totally freak out and go crazy in this situation. Dream and I said, forget it. We about to just pay it all in full. Write the check, y'all. We went ahead and wrote the check, went up to their building, dropped it off and paid it. Let me tell you, one of the issues that manifests in the realm of abundance is that you keep putting stuff off and not dealing with it. And then before you know it, things have accumulated and now it's become a problem. Same thing with your credit cards and so on and so forth. Make the sacrifice, make the investment, discipline yourself to pay for whatever it is that you need to pay for so that it does not accumulate and become an issue. You got to break the cycle. And so in that situation, Dream and I just was like, all right, you know what? Let's just be done with it and be done with it. Yes, that $3,000 put a slight dent in our account. It did, but we were able to tune into our gratitude that we had the money to actually take care of it. We had to stand in our gratitude because best believe if we would have stayed angry, frustrated, mad, pissed off at these people, if we would have stayed in that vibration, that energy would have taken over. And then who knows how long of an economic drought we could have possibly been in. See, that's what's happening with some of y'all. You're letting some of these financial things pile up because you're telling yourself, I don't have the money to do it. You're telling yourself, I don't have the money to do it. I don't want to make this sacrifice. I got all of these other things that I need to do. And you let this one thing build up, build up, build up, build up. And then when you finally got to pay for it, you mad at the world and you're mad at the money. Some of y'all are mad with money. That's a whole spiritual download. Some of y'all are mad with money. You're frustrated with money. You don't like money because you feel like you've never had money. And whatever you don't like, honey, you're not going to have a good relationship with. Whatever you don't like, you're not going to have a good relationship with it. And so when we had to pay that $3,000, I just had to say, it took spiritual discipline. It took mental discipline. It took emotional discipline. We had to have control of our emotions. We had to celebrate in that moment. We had to say, you know what, we're going to celebrate that we just paid this bill. It didn't even have to be that much if we would have dealt with it. If we would have dealt with it when it first came up, it didn't even have to be that much. But we're grateful for the lesson in this experience. You got to be grateful for the lessons. Stop being angry about the lessons your money is teaching you. We have to be grateful for it. And best believe things started coming in our way. More and more and more and more and more. We made more investments. Don't stop investing. I'm not telling you what to invest in because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a spiritual advisor. I'm a spiritual advisor. When you stop investing, you stop understanding the power of the return on investment. Never stop investing. I don't care if it's $5, $10, $8. Some of y'all refuse to invest $8 into your spiritual well-being. Shameless plug on our Patreon. Dream and I both do Patreon. I got a feeling some of y'all think that the Patreon just belongs to Dream Wise, and it doesn't. I am on Patreon just as much as he is on Patreon, and to be a part of a spiritual community that is going to hold you accountable to do your spiritual work, that is going to give you information on information on information. It is $8 a month. But some of y'all even hold on to that. And because you hold on so tightly to that $8, you can't make the 16. Did you catch that? Some of y'all could be doubling your money, tripling your money if you were just willing to invest. And I'm not even just talking about investing in me, investing in Patreon. I'm talking about investing in your mental, emotional, spiritual, and even investing in your finances. What are you willing to give to receive? What are you willing to give to receive? Side note, I did a live stream last week. I believe it was like last Thursday or last Friday, one of those days. I did a live stream where I did some readings and answered some questions and things like that. And it was a young lady on there who sent me a Cash App donation of like $11, right? And I told her, you know, thank you. You just made an investment. You just sowed a seed. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. She messaged me the very next day on YouTube. I can screenshot this message and post it so that y'all can see it. She messaged me the very next day and said, girl, do you know that that same night after she sent that donation or whatever, that very same night, she had received a message of a new job opportunity or financial opportunity. She literally told me, girl, I cannot make this up. She like 100x'd that $11, right? She won 100 times that $11 through an opportunity. Somebody had emailed her or something like that on some type of financial opportunity from an $11 investment, okay? Let me give y'all another download that Spirit wants me to tell y'all when it comes down to abundance. This one I need y'all to understand. Stop going to your job mad. Stop going to your job mad and upset. Stop going to your job complaining. In fact, some of y'all need to be looking at how can you master, how can you become so good at whatever it is that you're being paid for that you naturally, spiritually, universally attract more abundance. Let me say that again. How can you go into your job with the mentality of, I am going to do the best job that I can do. I'm going to master this craft. It doesn't matter what you are being paid to do it for. What they are paying you does not matter. What matters is your energy and what you are putting towards it. How can you become the best employee possible? I know y'all are like, well, you know, why would I do that? You know, like, I'm just trying to get by. That's the problem. You're just trying to get by. That is sending a message to your spirit, to your higher self, that I'm just trying to get by. I'm just here to get this money and get up out of here. Okay, well, you're just going to get the bare minimum. You're just going to get the bare minimum. Listen, when I left my job as a teacher and as a head volleyball coach, people would be like, what? Such an awesome job. And I tell you, it was. Teaching, I love it. I love it. I say it present tense. I love teaching. I love teaching. I love volleyball. I love coaching, which is why I still do it right now in this sense. I love it. But my spirit was like, but I need you to do something else. You've mastered this. My spirit was like, I need to challenge you in another space and in another place. I need you to do something else. You've mastered this. You've overcome this. Did it in 4 years. I was a head volleyball coach and a teacher for 4 years. I had built the foundation for my spiritual business. I had built the foundation to do what I am doing right now. I had built the foundation. I had spent time in the school and as a coach learning how to show up as my best self. I had spent time and I had spent energy in the school and as a coach learning how can I connect with these teenagers? How can I get them to invest in what I'm saying and therefore invest in themselves and become their best selves? How can I get them to sell out? How can I get them to fully ingratiate themselves in the love and in the wisdom that I am pouring into them? And I did it. And I did it so good, y'all. I would have volleyball practices at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yes, 6 o'clock in the morning, I was having volleyball practices. And the reason why I did that is because, hell, I got a husband and kids at home. Ain't nothing happening at 6 o'clock in the morning. Banks not open, stores is not open, things like that. So I'm gonna make y'all practice at 6 o'clock in the morning so that when school is out, I can go home, I can make it to the bank, I can make it to the store. I would have them practicing at 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was so beautiful because they believed in me so much. They loved me so much that they was making it there before me. They would be in the gym, shoes on, net put up, warming up before I even made it into the gym. And I would walk into the gym and they are already so disciplined, so precise, so consistent. I had mastered it. I had given them so much love. I had given them so much energy. I had given them so much passion. I had worked on myself in that space. I asked myself, how can I show up and give these kids the best of me? And when I did that and doing that and learning that over the span of 4 years, the time finally came where Spirit said, you can't stay here no more. So I was able to leave my job, still loving it, not being angry with it, not being upset about it. Yes, I mean, it's a lot of time. It's some long ass days being up there from 6 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock. That was some long ass days. It was a lot of energy. But I went into that space with the mentality of, what does this space have to teach me about me? What does this space, what does me being here right now teach me about me and how I can be better? How does it serve my purpose? See, some of y'all believe that there's absolutely no purpose at your job other than getting money. And you're missing out on the lesson, which is why you're stuck there, and which is why the finances and the abundance is stagnant, because you believe that that's all there is to it. And it's not. Right? I know Dreamwise will get on here and he'll tell y'all about jobs and whatever, but this is what I want you to know. Dream was able to leave his job because he mastered it. He was no longer emotionally connected to the job. What do I mean by that? He was no longer emotionally bothered by the job, right? If somebody did something to him at his job, it's not going to ruin his day. He mastered it. He got it down pat. But some of y'all are going into work and you're complaining about what it is that you have to do. So essentially, you're complaining about your money because that job is the way that you're getting money. So I need you to shift how you show up. I need you to come to your job from a space of gratitude. Ignore all the toxic people in there. Stop going up in there, gossiping, complaining, and being mad, because that is the energy that you are casting upon your abundance. And in order for you to grow your abundance, you have to learn to have dominion over what it is that you have now, so that you are open and receptive to receive more. Okay? Understand that. You have to learn to be grateful for the little so that you are open and available to receive more. This is some real shit, family. And being grateful for does not mean being stingy with. Being grateful for does not mean being stingy with. Understand that. Understand that. Really sit with that. Really, really sit with that. Really allow that energy to resonate in your spirit. I need you to understand, family. I need you to understand this. I need you to understand this. I need you to start. See, y'all have to understand, spiritual work is energetic work. And the blockages to abundance is energy. It's not about the job that you're working. It's not about the job that you're working or the job that you don't have. It's energy. Energy meaning, what are your beliefs? What are your emotions? And how do we clear that? I used to think the thought that money don't grow on trees, and that if I had it, I had to keep it close. I had to keep it close to me. And I learned that from my mother. That was her saying, money don't grow on trees. Money don't grow on trees. And see, here's the thing. As children, we don't understand what is really being communicated to us. We take things literally. Money don't grow on trees. That means it's not flowing like the leaves. It's not falling off the trees like the leaves. It don't grow on trees. Money is not just going to blow my way and I'm just going to have it. That was the belief. That was the thought. And that was a lie. That was a lie. Because abundance is air. Abundance is air. You can breathe that shit in. You can breathe it in. You can embody that abundance. Okay? You can embody that abundance. So let's recap what we've been through so far. What we've been through so far is that you have to understand the laws of the universe when it comes down to abundance, and you have to start applying these things. So, for example, the law of correspondence, as within, so without, meaning if I give without, I shall receive within. If I give abundance with a grateful heart, that's the difference. Thank you, Spirit. Right? Remember the Bible verse, be a cheerful giver. I'm taking y'all asses to school today. I'm taking y'all to school today. It wasn't even the plan, but I'm a teacher and teaching is what I do. I'm a teacher and teaching is what I do. And I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about it. Right? We've heard it. Be a cheerful giver. I'm about to read the Bible verse for y'all because there's wisdom in the Bible. It says, as every man wisheth in his heart, so let him give. Oh, I'm acting like Dreamwise. I feel like my energy right now and how I'm like yelling and stuff, I feel like it's definitely his energy. I love it. As a man wisheth, meaning what you desire, as a man wisheth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or out of compulsion, for God loved a cheerful giver. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna let that sit with y'all because I was just speaking from my heart, right? As I was talking to y'all about the law of correspondence, that was just my inner knowing, right? But then for that cheerful giver to be downloaded into me, because that's how spirit communicates, right? Downloads, channels, you hear it. And then for me to go and do the research, right? Because I just typed it on my computer. Now I have the correspondence. Now I have the correlation. Now I have the science, the study, the understanding. Oh my God. You have to do the work. What is the work, D-Ray? What is the work? What is the work? Okay. In this space and time right now, the work is transforming your mind, becoming a cheerful giver, as within, so without. As I give cheerfully, I shall receive cheerfully. As I give gratitude for what I have, I shall be grateful within me because I'm going to have more. See, you have to understand the laws of abundance and how it works. Every time you grudgingly or compulsively spend and give, grudgingly, you're upset about it, you don't want to do it, you're holding on to these low vibrational emotions surrounding what you just gave. I don't care if you're paying a credit card bill, a bill collector, your house, your rent, your lease, your whatever, I don't care what it is, give it cheerfully. Understand the laws of the universe, the laws of mentalism. However you perceive is what you shall experience. But some of y'all are not perceiving the money that you are spending or the money that you are investing. You're not perceiving it as an investment. You think it's just going to waste. No, having them lights on is an investment. Having that roof over your head is an investment. A damn good one at that. Investing in your mental, spiritual, and emotional, getting a coach, joining a class, buying that book and actually reading it. joining Patreon. Those are investments into your being. Okay? Disciplining yourself to actually do the things. That is an investment. Some of y'all sit up here and you listen. You just listen. You just listening. Your ears are open, right? Your mind is open, but you're not taking the action. The action is also an investment. The action, putting pen to paper, whenever you invest, no matter how much your patterns, no matter how much your mental, emotional habits want you to be mad about having to spend, want you to be upset about it, because that's been a habit, no matter how much it is, you, thank you. Thank you. And the more you say it and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. The more you say it, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Okay? The second thing that we just talked about in this space and time right now is that y'all stop fighting having a job. Stop resenting having a job. I know it may not pay much, but you need to be grateful for it, because as within, so without, as above, so below. And what you are being paid corresponds to the inner work that you have done. Let's be real about it. What you are being paid and compensated for corresponds to the inner work that you have done. The more inner work and transformation you do, the more abundance will flow to you. Hold yourself accountable. When I was working that job, only getting paid $600 every 2 weeks as a PE, this is straight up real talk. I was working as a PE, a physical education assistant, basically, a paraprofessional. I was being paid about $626 or something like that every 2 weeks. Not enough to sustain no type of life. I had to work 2 jobs. I was heavily in my masculine energy. I would go to work as a PE aide from like 7:30 to 3:30, and then I would go work at Lowe's, the hardware store. Yes, your girl was scanning wood and nails and PVC pipes. Yes, I was. I would go to work from Lowe's, and I would work there from like 6 to 10 or 4 to 10, however much energy I had to put into it. That's what I would do. And that amount of money corresponded to the amount of internal work, self-reflection, healing, and transformation work I had done on myself. Then when I started healing, I started transforming, I started purging, I started letting things go, I became a teacher. Right? I became a teacher. Now I done doubled, tripled that, I done doubled up. But that's because I doubled up within myself. And then now, right now in this space and time, I may not make the same amount of money as I made as a teacher, but I got freedom. I'm operating in my purpose. And so the money balances out. I'm more abundant right now. Though the money may not come in every 2 weeks like it is as a teacher, I'm more abundant right now. I'm living out my work. I am living out my purpose. I'm doing purpose work on an everyday basis. I am creating things that are going to make a difference in your life. I'm able to sit right here, right now, on this damn computer and phone and talk to y'all about some real shit. Your abundance corresponds to the amount of internal work you have done on yourself. The more energy you can take on, the more finances you can take on. Let me say it again. The more energy you can hold on to and embrace and keep within your being and utilize for the good of you and the good of those around you, the more energy, the more gratitude, the more power, the more purpose you can take on and embody within you, the more financial stability and security you can also take on. Some of y'all's threshold for stress, some of y'all's threshold for the work is very low. Some of y'all, something happens in your life, you have a certain conversation, or somebody cuts you off in the car, or all of these little things like that, and you blown up and you out of control. You don't have the capacity to withhold a lot of energy within you and do good by it and do well with it. You're spiteful, right? You're vengeful. You're angry, really. You don't see the power of you in your life experience. You don't have the energy to hold on to abundance. This work holistically is not for the faint of heart. And operating in your purpose is the gateway to abundance. See, some of y'all, one, you don't know your purpose, and that's understandable. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes work. Okay? It does. It takes analyzing your life. Right? And because I'm not at this point right now, I don't have a class that's put out about purpose, right? I believe Melanie, the spirit doula, I believe she got a class that's about purpose. Take the class. Invest in yourself, right? Come work with me. Come work with me when you are ready to work through the mental blockages, the emotional blockages, the fear, the trauma that has stopped you from walking in your purpose. I'm here for that. I got you. I can help you. I got you. I'm here for you for that. All right. But operating in your purpose is the gateway to abundance. Operating in your purpose is the gateway to abundance. Some of you don't feel like you can operate in your purpose. You feel like something magical and mystical has to be happening. Honey, while I was going to this school, I was making the magic. I was intentional about pouring into these students and pouring into these adults love, healing. If I heard an adult, even an adult, if I heard an adult say something that was, self-sacrificing, self-deprecating, if I heard an adult say something that was disempowering, you best believe I was going to say something. Whether they wanted to hear it or not, I was going to say something like, is that how you really feel? Why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that way? Why do you think like that? Does that thought serve you? What if you thought differently? What if you perceived your situation in a different way? I vividly remember this situation. I just was talking about this with one of the ladies in Womb Alchemy or the Sacred Sister Circle or somebody that I was coaching. I was talking to one of these ladies. And there is a woman that I used to work with. And she was struggling to conceive. She was struggling to become pregnant. Or anytime she became pregnant, she had a miscarriage and things like that. And one time, I knew this about her already, right? Because we had talked about this in the past. But one time we were just talking about, talking about mothering our mothers and stuff like that. Don't know how we got on the conversation, but we were talking about it. And she was just telling me, yeah, me and my mama had a bad relationship and I can't stand my mama. And I never wanted to be a mama just based off of my relationship with my mama. These are all the things that she's saying. And right there in that moment, my spirit had charged me, meaning my spirit had convicted me to have her analyze that a little bit deeper. And so in the moment, I started doing what I do in my coaching sessions. And this was before I even knew that I was going to be coaching women. It was just me knowing that I'm supposed to be helping. I didn't know in what capacity. I didn't know that the Womb Alchemy Bootcamp was going to be birthed. I didn't know that I was going to be on Patreon. I didn't know I was going to be having classes and lectures and speaking. I didn't know any of that. But something had convicted me to have this conversation with her. So I asked her, I said, well, what's the blockage between you and your mom? And she goes on and she's telling me, yeah, my mama just never spent time with me. She never, sacrificed for me. She just never made me feel like she wanted me. And why do you believe that? Like, what was actually happening? So I just went into these conversations with her. And I just told her, I said, well, that's going to be something that you're going to have to let go of. Because if you are saying to me right now that you never wanted to be a mom because of your relationship with your mom, that could be a part of why these miscarriages keep happening. Because on a subconscious level, you really don't want to be a mom. You're just being a mom because your husband wants a kid. And so if you're going to gift your husband with a child, because that's what a mother does, a mother gifts children to the man. If you're going to do that, you're going to have to forgive your mom. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm understanding. And sure enough, after that conversation, some months after that conversation, she ended up getting pregnant by IVF, and she has a son now. But in that moment, I realized that I was operating in my purpose, even though I was at a job. Even though I was at a job, watching kids, we having this conversation while these teenagers are doing whatever they're doing. But some of you are not being disciplined and intentional about operating in your purpose. You're just flowing and floating through life, right? And you got to create balance between that. Once you find something that is calling you, something that is asking to be birthed from you, and this goes for man and woman, once you find that thing, you have to become intentional about operating it on a regular basis. When you do this, this opens you up to receive abundance, blessings falling out the sky, because you are impacting and influencing the world around you for the better and for the good. And when you do that, it is law, as within, so without. It is cosmic law that you shall receive. Y'all have to understand this, family. But a lot of y'all feel like you don't have your purpose or you don't know your purpose. Well, even if that is the case, I want you to be intentional about being the good in the world. I want you to be intentional about spreading love in the best way that you can. Whether that is just giving a compliment to somebody. Do you know that simply giving a compliment can shift someone's day? And that energetic shift causes an energetic shift within you. Now you are open and receptive to abundance. But some of y'all been stingy. You're even stingy with kindness. I don't get it. Hold the door open for somebody. Say thank you to somebody. Say you look good today. You glowing today. This adds to your spiritual bank account. And as your spiritual bank account overflows, it overflows into your spiritual bank account. But y'all are forgetting to do the little things. And you're forgetting to do the little things because you're so caught up in the number that is in your bank account. You're so caught up in all of these bills that is coming in the mail that you're forgetting that you can create a shift just by doing something as small as giving somebody a compliment, just by doing something as small as making somebody laugh, just by doing something as small as having gratitude for your job instead of complaining about it. This is the essence of how abundance works. This is the essence of how abundance works. Let me tell y'all something else that is a blockage to your abundance. Thinking that the goddamn world is against you. Thinking that the world is against you. The white man is against you. Your boss don't like you. Your mama get on your nerves. That rhetoric, family, blocks your abundance. Abundance and the world being against you, they don't go hand in hand. They don't go hand in hand. Feeling like you're always, under spiritual attack and you got to protect yourself. Understand this, that protection that you're always feeling like you have to initiate also is blocking your abundance. Abundance is aligned with safety. I feel safe right here, right now, in my being, in my body, in this physical world, in this human reality. I am safe. And because I am safe, I am secure. But some of y'all continue spewing the rhetoric of, I'm under spiritual attack, or this is an attack on my abundance, or this and this and this and this and that. and you keep on telling yourself that story, and because you keep telling yourself that story, that abundance continues to be blocked from you because you ain't letting nothing into your space. You are not letting anything into your space out of fear that you will be harmed or attacked, or the world is against you, or shit is always happening to you. Stuff is always happening to me, man. Shit can't never seem to get right. Stop living from that perspective, because that is a spell that you are spewing against yourself. Your words are the sword. And if you keep on living your life that way, the mind is all the universe is mental. If your perception is projection, shout out to my sacred sister, Eileen. Your perception is the projection. If you keep on perceiving the world is against you, the world shall be against you. If you keep on perceiving that you're always under spiritual attack, you shall always be under spiritual attack. But here's the thing, you're attacking yourself. Let me hit this singing bowl because that's real intense. Real intense. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let's go ahead and clear that energy right now. Let's go ahead and clear that energy right now. We are clearing that spiritual attack energy. We're clearing that. We're open. We're receptive. We are open. We are receptive. We are receiving all the goodness of life. All the good things flow to me easily and effortlessly. Because I am the good in the world, good shall come back to me, because as within, so without. When I am good to myself, the world is good to me. Abundance is good to me. Yes. 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 Say yes. Yes to yourself. Yes to abundance. Yes to the goodness. Yes. Thank you, Queen Kodesh. Thank you. This is random, but you look good. You looked amazing at the conference. I appreciate that, sis. Thank you for that compliment. Giving you back all of that love that you're sending to me, sis. I'm giving it back all to you. Thank you. Let me answer this question by Sharday Smith, and then I'm going to hop off of here. If I plant money, cash in my plant with the intention that as my plants grow, so does my abundance, money will increase. Question, money will increase. Thank you. I mean, Sharday, you answered your own question. You didn't even ask a question. You said, I'm going to plant money into my plants and I'm going to nurture it. I'm going to set my intentions. I'm going to give it love. I'm going to water that plant. I'm going to water that seed, and my abundance shall also increase. And you are absolutely right. That is a part of the magic that I do, right? That's a part of the magic that I do. I have some plants that we've been having for years, and I just nurture them. Here's something that Spirit just downloaded to me real quick. Sometimes you got to repot your plant. Sometimes you got to repot your plant, right? Sometimes your money tree can outgrow the space that it is in. Honey, some of y'all are in spaces that are no longer fruitful. Some of y'all are in spaces that are no longer abundant. Some of y'all are in spaces that are too small. It's cramped up. You need to invest in a better circle. You need to invest in a better circle. You need to invest in a better friend group. You need to make the investment in your level up. You need to make the investment in your up level. You need to make that investment. Now I got to go buy a new plant, a new pot and some soil, because I need to repot my plant. Our money tree is just blooming and blossoming. It has to be repotted. You are the money tree. You are the money tree. You are the plant. When you nourish and nurture yourself, you shall grow, and so shall your abundance. But some of y'all, you're in small pots, right? Because you're afraid of putting yourself out there. You're afraid of, okay, this is uncomfortable. This is new to me. It is new to me to invest in my mental and emotional selves. It is new to me to connect to my womb space. It is new to me to invest in my finances, whether that is investing in stocks, investing in, becoming a trader, whatever it is. It may be new to you, but understand as you expand, uncomfortability is to be expected. Uncomfortability is to be expected. Hell, I know I've outgrown some of my friend circles. Listen, I can't be with y'all. I can't kick it with y'all. The pot is too damn small. It's too small. Your minds are too small. And I got big energy. And I need friends that are going to match that big energy. I need friends and people who are going to respect what I got going on, who love what I got going on, who even can admire what I got going on. Not people that's hating on the light. Some of y'all are afraid to be uncomfortable, so you stay around people, you stay in relationships, you stay at even jobs because you are comfortable with that job. But you have already been qualified and certified to do something else, to do something bigger, to do something better. So you got to be willing to repot yourself. You got to be willing to uproot yourself. That's what I had to do. Because as a teacher and as a head volleyball coach, I was comfortable as hell. Y'all, when I tell y'all, honey, I was comfortable as hell as a teacher. I did not leave my job with any anger, with any frustration, without any disappointment. I left my job because my spirit was like, you got more work to do, sis. And if you stay here, I'm going to drive your ass crazy because you know you're supposed to go. You know you're supposed to do something else. Yes, the something else that you have to do. Yes, it's going to take your work. Yes, it's going to take your discipline. Yes, it's going to take your focus. Yes, it's going to take you being uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to take you being uncertain. But either you're going to move with that or you're going to stay in this job, be sick, be annoyed, be frustrated because you're in a pot that's too small. So I had to leave my job, though I was still happy and content with my job. I enjoyed my job, but Spirit was like, you got to go. I need you to go. I need you to go and grow. I need you to go and grow. Some of y'all are complaining about your jobs. Some of y'all only stand at your job because you're comfortable. Hold on. Let me put in a disclaimer. I in no way am telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I wouldn't tell you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to trust what Spirit is giving you. See, Spirit, this is what Spirit did to me in this situation. I had all of these clients. I had clients on clients on clients on clients. My summers, right? When I started coaching, my summers were fully booked with clients every day. Every day. Spirit was like, how you gonna work a job and you got all of this purpose work going on? You got all of this purpose work going on. You gonna stop operating in your purpose to go back to comfortability? To go back to certainty? And so my situation was different. There were already signs and symbols. Spirit was already telling me, okay, this is what you have to do. And Spirit snatched the safety blanket from under me. Oh, let me tell y'all how this shit happened. Let me tell y'all how this happened, right? So it was coming that time again to determine if I was going to go back to work, if I was going to work, right? And I needed to call my principal. Spirit was telling me, call your principal, tell him you got to move on. You're not going to be re-signing that contract. This is what Spirit was telling me. And I remember having that conversation with myself, going back and forth like, okay, am I really going to do this? Am I really going to leave this security, this safety? Like, my job is easy. My job is fun. I like it. Why would I leave it? And this is so crazy, y'all. I'm walking down the stairs. I was up here on the computer. I'm walking down the stairs. Do you know it was as if a blanket was, or a rug was literally snatched from under my feet and I fell and I bust my ass on my stairs. I bust my ass on my stairs, y'all. I felt so hard. I felt the pain. Like I had a bruised knee. I had a bruised hip. And Spirit was like, if you don't do it, I'm going to snatch the rug from under that ass. And so after I fell, legitimately, I fell walking down my stairs. Been living in this house for years and I never fell down the stairs. But while I was having that internal debate, I fell down the stairs. Literally, just feet came from up under me. And right then and there, I said, damn, babe, that was the rug being pulled from under me. That was the security blanket being snatched from under me. That was Spirit telling me, move and move now. That was my spirit. That was my higher self telling me, move and move now. Okay? Bust my ass. And right after that, right after I bust my ass, I got up and I called my principal. I said, hey, you know what? I'm deciding not to renew my contract. I got to do this. You know? Told him some shit like, yeah, you know, I'm deciding to just be a stay-at-home mom, take care of me. Don't tell them all your business, right? I ain't telling them all my business, but Spirit had let me know in that moment, it's time to repot, girl. Repot and replant. It's time to replant yourself. It's time to get into a new space and into a new place. And it took a while of being uncomfortable for me to get my stride and understand what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And that is why I'm sitting before you now. So understand this. Sometimes the blockage to your abundance is directly connected to your fear of being uncomfortable. Sometimes that uncomfortability is, okay, I'm going to invest this money into this stock. I'm uncomfortable with it because I don't know what the result of investing in this stock exactly is going to be, but I'm going to trust what is being called to me. Okay? I'm going to keep walking. I'm going to keep living in my purpose. Y'all know the old saying, it says, walk by faith, not by sight. Walk by faith, not by sight. So I don't care what your bank account looks like. I don't care what anybody is telling you about anything. I don't care what bill comes to your mailbox. You must start living from a place of deep faith and deep trust that no matter what things look like in the external world, everything is working out in your favor. The way that everything works out in your favor is by you speaking to it. You have to speak to it. You have to say, you know what? This $3,000 bill, it just means that more abundance and more prosperity is mine. I'm grateful for this $3,000 bill because I can pay for it. And because I can pay for it and because I'm having gratitude for it, I know beyond no shadow of a doubt that it's going to come back to me. And sure enough, it did. Okay? Sure enough, it did. So you got to understand that. I like that question, Juju641 over here. First of all, hey, Halima. Hopefully you're still in here and you're seeing me say hey to you. Hey, sis, love you. Juju641 over here on Instagram says, why we always got to wait for the rug to get pulled? We should recognize the whispers, like Oprah says. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely 100% true. We should recognize the whispers, but the conditioning of our humanity, the ego, right? The fear of the unknown is the thing that really keeps us stuck and keeps us stagnant. It's not knowing what the result of this movement is actually going to be. Though you may have set your intentions, though you may have implanted the seeds, there's always this question of, well, is it really going to work? Okay? And for a while, even when you make that jump, even when you make that move, even when you take that step of faith, the external world can still be very shaky. And you won't be on solid ground for a while. Okay? So when it comes down to listening to the whispers, it takes practice, right? It takes practice. So many of us, it depends on the thickness of the illusion though. Because for me, we're talking about going from knowing that I'm going to be making this amount of money every 2 weeks. I know that this is hitting my bank account. I know that this is my livelihood. I know that this is my lifestyle. I know that this is the money that I'm getting. We're talking about going from that to saying, all right, now I gotta just do the work and see what happens. Right? Maybe I can afford the same lifestyle that I was living in the past this month. Next month, I may not be able to afford that same lifestyle. So we have to understand the realness of that, the thickness of that, like the illusion of that. You know, it could be very thick. And so it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of refinement. It takes a lot of self-work to be able to listen to those whispers the first time. And here's the thing that I want you to know about your higher self, spirit, the divine, God, universe, whatever term you resonate with. Here's what I want you to know. Even when you don't listen the first time, best believe there's a second opportunity that is going to be provided for you to make that shift and make that intuitive move. And let's say you don't get it the second time. Best believe there's going to be a third opportunity, because everything works in threes. You will have another opportunity. I just took my opportunity the first time. I took my opportunity the first time. I said, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait and go crazy. I'm not going to wait and not have the time to focus on my business, focus on myself, focus on my kids, focus on my home and my relationship. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. Okay? So don't judge yourself, family, when you do not listen to the messages that have been provided unto you the first time, because that judgment will keep you stuck in a toxic, unhealthy cycle with yourself, with your own intuition. Okay? So trust me, everything comes in threes. It'll come in the mental, right? It'll come in the emotional. It'll come in the physical. It'll come in the masculine form. That's the mental form, right? The way that you're thinking. It'll come in the emotional form, the way that you are feeling. And then it'll come as literally a physical experience that helps you to know, okay, this is the message. This is what I need to do. This is how I need to move. All right? So, abundance, family, finances, money, it is all a mentality. And once you start reframing and refocusing your mind and paying attention to how you think about money, your money will change. Okay? Stop being so caught up in the bills. Stop being so caught up in what is, the numbers that are in your bank account. Stop investing so deeply into that. Okay? Stop. Keep your mind focused on what it is that you seek and desire to experience. Understand what your purpose is, your reason for being here. Be a cheerful giver. Give cheerfully, not grudgingly, not compulsively. I love that, Halima. You got to make it plain. You got to make it plain, family. All right? I love y'all. This video will be saved. I want to encourage y'all to share it. Hey, Shardy 7777. Hey, sis, I see you waving. Thank you for being here. All right. Listen, if this is something that you ladies need to work through on a deeper, more spiritual, intimate, one-on-one level, book a complimentary call. Okay. Book a complimentary call. We can have this conversation and we can work through some of your beliefs, some of your experience, some of your traumatic things that have shaped the way that you view abundance. But I want you to know right now that everything starts within you, with how you're thinking and how you're feeling. And if you can start having gratitude, right? If you can start having gratitude for when you give just as much as when you receive, just as much as you be happy on that Friday when that money hit that bank account, right? Just as much as you be happy when you see that ding pop up on your PayPal, that'd be me. I see it pop up on that PayPal, I'll be like, yes. Just as much as you be excited for that, you have to be excited for when you have to invest and when you have to spend money. This creates that balance. Understand abundance is a flow, right? It comes and it goes. Money flows to me easily. Money flows to me fast. Also, last thing I'm going to give y'all, Really discipline yourself to start listening to high vibrational things. Start listening to high vibrational things. Start looking at high vibrational things. Start looking at abundance things. All right. Let me get off of here, y'all, because I swear I ordered groceries and I think the time has totally passed for me to pick them up. And that's because I've been here engaging with y'all. Anywho's, you can still join Womb Alchemy. The Womb Alchemy Healing Bootcamp is still available for you ladies to join, but yesterday's price is not today's price. All right. Saturday's price, the workshop price is not today's price. But here's what I want to do. Here's what I was thinking about earlier. If this is something that you are interested in, if womb healing is something that you are interested in, if tapping into your divine feminine energy is something that you are interested in, if understanding your power as a woman is something that you are interested in, here's what I want you to do. Send me an email. You got to send me an email. If you are not willing to go the extra mile, I'm not willing to go the extra mile for you. If you are interested in it, send me an email and I can work something out for you. Again, yesterday's price is not today's price. You know, Fat Joe said that, and that's some real talk. Yesterday's price is not today's price. You should have took the discount when it was available. But because I love you, and this is about purpose work, this is about healing work, this is about transformation work. If you are interested, hit me up and I'll work something out with you because I'm about the healing and the transformation. All right. That's where my abundance comes from. My abundance do not come from you sending the money. It comes from me supporting you in your transformation. Understand that. The more I help you, the more I help myself. The more I coach you, the more I coach myself. The more I help you to have your aha realizations, the more aha realizations that I have. And that makes my spiritual bank account overflow. And because my spiritual bank account overflows, you already know what happens in the physical. All right. I love y'all. Share this video with the people that you love. Share it with the people that you love. Ladies, the Womb Alchemy Bootcamp is happening August 7th. Join now. You got some time. Book a complimentary call if you need support in any spiritual aspect. I'm here for you. And we'll be talking soon. All right. Peace. Peace over here on